Hey guys, remember this paper? It's back! So, a few months ago, I'm not sure how long, I've lost track of time, I made the ragtag bag, and I have a bunch more bags that I need to make up some of those ragtag bags with. And eventually I'll get around to that. But at the same time I had some of those bags, Bailey's snorting over there, my little snorting beagle pig, I got a hold of a small bag. I don't know what came in this. I have no clue. I don't remember. Anyway, it was the perfect size for an ATC bag. And I think I folded it up and stuck it in my purse. So that's why it's folded the way it's folded. It's not perfectly sized for perfect increments, and we're going to smooth this out, iron it, and make it perfect, and then come in and measure exactly and fold and make sure every single section is the perfect size for an ATC. Yeah, right. That is not happening here. Not happening here. So I'm just going to take my bag that I've already gotten folded up because I hurriedly stuck it in my purse, and we're going to use this size. I think the ATCs will fit. I don't know if they'll fit on front and back here, but we'll do something else with this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections that we can put an ATC on. And I took a piece of paper out of this pad that I'm trying to use up, and we're getting down, I don't know, maybe halfway. We'll be using some more of this in a little while, but I pulled a piece of paper out that I want to use for the backgrounds on this bag. And I also have my ATCs. I have a little box here that I keep pre-made ATCs. These are packaged ones that you can buy. I got these really cheap on sale at Hobby Lobby. Sometimes you can get them for like 50 cents. So I picked up one or two. I probably should get a bunch more when they go on sale just to have on hand. But otherwise, I usually would cut my own. And the size that you want to cut if you're cutting your own is 2.5 by 3.5. That's the standard size ATC card. And if you're wanting centimeters, it's 6.4 centimeters by 8.9 centimeters. And this particular one I'm using is by Strathmore, and it is a smooth Bristol, and it is 100 pound. You can go even lighter than that. It's just that that's what I have. I've got some watercolor ones that are 140 pound, but I don't really want to go that heavy. So we're going to stick with this. So I pulled out 6 of those. And I also have my Stays On ink pad because we're going to grunge this bag up a little bit. And then I have another little container here, and this could fall under the junk your stuff, but I'm not going to do that. Vintage label stickers that I have had. Well, I always say this because it's the truth. I've had it forever. It's one of those things I got at the Scrapbook Superstore years ago. One set is about seeds, and the other set is more of a vintage little girls and flowers and holiday and things like that. So I pulled out 6 pieces that I want to use of those. Okay, and so the first thing, and I may bring in more stuff. This is just what I'm starting with. I'm just giving you an idea of what I'm starting with. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my bag, and I'm going to glue down the parts that I don't want open. And I'm just going to use a regular glue stick. This is one of those Elmer's washable school glue sticks. So I'm just going to go into the areas where I don't want my bag to open. And I'm going to glue it down. Okay? And then the other side opens up too. And which side is this side? Maybe need a smaller glue stick. I don't know. Don't have to be perfectly glued down. Just get it glued down enough so that your bag stays together. Okay, and then this back here, we could just tack it down a little bit. Doesn't have to be tacked, but we'll do it. And this is okay. Stuff's going to be on it. And then this here, I'll use the smaller one. It'd be easier to get in there probably. This is photo glue stick. That's what I had. Scrapbook Superstore. Okay, and I'm just going to go in here and make sure these pages are glued together. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're probably going to put something over this so that, you know, it doesn't matter anyway. She's snoring loud today. Okay, and then what I want to do is, just like with the ragtag bag, I'm going to, it's probably not dry yet, but I'm going to kind of scrunch it up, get some wrinkles in it, so that I can take my, yeah, there's glue on here, so that I can take my Stays-On, and it's Timber Brown, and I'm just going to grunge the bag up just a little bit by rubbing my Stays-On across the top. You're not going to see a lot of this because the ATCs are going to cover it, but if you do see it, then it just adds a little bit of interest, a little bit of visual texture, and just fun to do. It's like stress-free doing this, you know, just smear it on there. So, that's glue on there, but that's okay. It's not too bad. Okay, and we can add more later if we want to, but this just gives us a good start. Then, I'm going to take this and put it off to the side, right up there. I'm going to take my paper and my ATCs, my 8 ATCs, and I'm only going to cover one side because I am going to be gluing down the other side onto the bag. So, let's just turn our paper over, and you're going to get a little bit of a fading there. Something to look at there. And what I'm going to do is glue down my ATCs on the back of this paper. Okay? So that I have the front covered with this scrapbook paper, and then I'll trim them out. But I'm going to start off with, goodness, you'd think that'd be easy, with just gluing, glue, lots of glue, because you want it to stay down. And you can use a wet glue if you want to, or you can use a sealer like Mod Podge or something like that to do your gluing, but this is just fast and easy, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll put it down there and stick it on. And I'm going to do that to the rest of them. Okay, we have our 6 ATCs trimmed up, and probably I'll need to glue down some of the corners, but that's okay. And these are ready to go. So let's clean this up and we'll be right back. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I have these small doilies here, and I pulled out 3 because I don't think I'll need more than 3, but if I need more than 3, I will, you know, maybe I'll do 4. Just in case I need the extra one, and then I'll just stick that in my junk drawer stuff to use later if I don't use it all. But I think I only need 3. And I've got these glimmer mists, these old glimmer mists. They've been here since 2000 and probably I'm shaking them a little bit to get, or not shaking them, but gently trying to get the glimmer to come up from the bottom. These have been with me since probably 2010 or 11, And it's because when you first start, you think you need everything. You think that everything you see used, you have to have it. So, of course, when I'd see them on sale, or if they were a color I liked, I'd grab them. This was only $2.49, but they're normally about $7 or $8. That's what the price is on here, $7.49, but I know I didn't pay that for it. So, I don't know if they'll spray. I doubt they will, but I've got... this is Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. What color? Rich Mocha. This one is Tutti Frutti. And this one is Red Velvet. I don't know if I'll use those two or one or both, but I definitely want to use this one. And if they won't spray, then I will probably just put some out on my mat and just run these through it. But let's see if they'll spray. Let's just see if a miracle happens today. Nope. No miracle. And I know there's ways to clean these out and to fix them up so that they'll spray, but I am not going to do it. I'm just not. I will take one time. That's why I don't like this kind of stuff. I don't like the sprays and stuff very much because they just clog and it's just another thing you have to mess with. And all right. So because they won't spray, which I didn't expect, I wasn't disappointed. It's going to put some out on my mat here. And I don't want to pour it because then it'll go everywhere. And I have other spray bottles. I have transferred them over and used other spray bottles when these didn't work or they broke or whatever. So I know that that's an option. And I'm just going to rub my what is this called? Doily through it and get some on there. I'm not going to cover it completely, I don't think, because I'm going to use, I think, one of those other colors too. Okay, I might add more of this. I don't know. Let's see if the other one will spray. Let's see if the Tutti Frutti looks different in the bottle than it does on the back here. Looks a little lighter on the bottle than I want it to be. Let's try, I still want to try it. Try the Tutti Frutti. Well, well, well. Miracle. It's spraying everywhere though. All over my hand. There we go. Let's just go ahead and dump some. I want to keep some of that Tutti Frutti on there. Okay, I'm going to dry this. Okay, I like these. The pink's a little pinker than I wanted, which I kind of figured it would be because the back shows a color of it, although the bottle looks a little darker. But I think I'm glutton for punishment and I'm going to try the red velvet. I just want a dash of red velvet on there. Just, it sounds good, you know? Sounds pretty. So, let's see if it sprays. Wow, that sprayed good. I'm surprised. And it's probably, it's all I need. Of course we're going to do some more. It's like the little kid. Don't touch that. We've got to touch it one more time. Alright, let me try this and I'll be right back. Okay, I like all this on there. I like the way we did it. So I'm going to stop and not add any more. So now, I'm going to have to put some coloring on here. But for now, let's go ahead and just put these on here in different places. So let's just glue these down. I'm going to glue this one kind of just on the side. I'm going to try and glue them in different positions, but there's only so many ways you can put it. Okay, let's let that sit for a second. And let's take the next one. This glue, one reason I don't like it is it stays on your fingers forever, and you cannot work after you get any on you. You can't work. And I love Aleene's tacky glue because it, I'm just going to switch, because you can wipe it right off your fingers. So let me go get the Aleene's, and I'll just brush it on. Okay, so we've got that one on. Let's put this one on this side. I can just roll that right off my fingers. Trim these up that have been done already. Trim this large side first so that you have as much left to use as possible, then trim these. If you trim this way and cut off some of this, you might be sorry. Okay. So we could have gotten away with 3 of these. I think I have plenty left over to do the other 2. But at least we have a little bit more to choose from, and different shapes probably by the time I get through trimming. There'll be different shapes to choose from. So now we have 2 more to do and several pieces to choose from. And we've got these shapes here. So let's see, we need something at the top. Okay, and then we have these left over, and we might use them on the part of the bag that the ATCs won't fit on, or I might just put them in my book to use in my scrap journals or whatever, whatever comes up. Let's just see what these look like if we put them down now. We may do something else before we put them down, but let's pretend that we're going to put the long one. Let's see, here's a big one. Let's start with the big one. It's going to cover a lot, and we may trim off some of it. Maybe we'll put that one here. It's going to cover quite a bit. I may trim it up some. I don't know yet. Here's a long one. Kind of like it here. And this is a long one, but it goes this way. Doesn't have to. I can put it this way, and you can just turn the book and look at it. It's a little wider, or it's exactly the same, I think, as the ATC. That up there, maybe. I love that one. It's got a little rabbit on it. Can you see it from down there? Up there. And this long one here can go right here. And this one can go right here. And I'm missing one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the 6th one? Did I put it away? I guess I did. Okay, well, we gotta get it back out. And I'm gonna have to trim it down, so let's decide how. I'm not loving using this big one, I just, if I use half of this on here and then the other half on something else, that won't look right, will it? Or if I do that and cut this off and then use this, maybe that's what I'll do. I don't want to use this one. Okay. Sorry guys, we're just having to figure our way through this. So I have to stain my labels. So we're going to use tea dye, I think. Because we got a lot of dark going on, I'm going to go ahead and use a lighter one of my stains. Okay, I'm going to take these cards, these labels, and I'm just going to doozy them up a little bit. So now we have to keep in mind that one of these is going to be trimmed up to go on something else. So I definitely want this on here. So I'm going to figure out where, and then I'm going to trim it in advance so that I can make sure and put it on the other one. I think right there is good. Turn it over. Let's go ahead and trim it first. Okay, and then this one can go right here. There, that looks good like that. And this one can go here. Kind of like that. Okay, so let's stick them down. I'm going to have to glue these down because the ones that are sticking directly on the doily aren't going to stay, I don't think, because I peeled that right up. Alright. Might round the corners of the ATCs too. I haven't decided that yet either. And then we need to decide what we're going to put on here. We need to decide what's going to go on the ATCs, if anything. I think we need something. Maybe I have a bunch of trims over here that I maybe could dye these. Oh no. No. Alright, I'll figure out something and then I'll come back. But I think what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to glue these on so they stay on the ATCs better, because they're not going to stay. They're going to come right up. Okay? I'll be right back. I was trying to decide what else to put on here, and I went over to my cabinet and found a couple of pieces of trim that I could use. And this is pure white, and I think I may leave it white because I like the contrast. And then some old buttons in my big button container. This one's not very, I don't think this one's very old. These two are kind of old, but I don't think this one is. Doesn't matter. I liked it. And I have a needle with some thread in it from another project I'm working on that is already knotted at the end. I may put the buttons on with that thread and needle in a second. But I may just do 3 cards like that and then 3 do something else, but I don't know yet till I get started. So I think first I want to decide which card's going to get what. And I really like the idea of putting some trim on the side, like that. And then having a button kind of just tacked on there. Probably do this one, and I may change those colors out because I'm not sure if the colors are going to do it for me. So let me cut my little trim here to the size I think I'm going to need. Let's cut a little bit extra there just in case. And I'm going to go ahead and stitch my button on because after I glue this I don't want to have to fight my needle the way through my trim. So I'm going to stitch my button on probably right here. and then glue the trim the rest of the way down. And I'm not sure if I'm going to trim this or leave it hanging off the edge. I like it hanging off the edge, but I may trim it later. We'll see. So now we'll do another one. Okay, that's what we have so far. And I may not be done with it. I may add more. I don't know. And we have a yellow button I want to put on somewhere. And you want to be careful if you're doing this. Wherever your thumbnail is, don't come through that hole. Try to hold it back, but it's hard with these buttons to be out of the line of fire. But if it comes up and through your nail, oh my gosh, you will hate it. I've done it. That's how I know. I brought a needle up through here by trying to go through a button. So, there's not much in the world of sewing pain that I haven't experienced. So, I'm speaking from experience. I have done that and it hurts. And if you're not a person that says many bad words, you will be when that happens, because it hurts. Alright, now let's glue this down. I could leave it loose, but I think I want to tack it down. So I have 3 done with the white, and I really like them. Now I gotta decide what to do with these 3. Do I want to use the pink on one? It kind of looks pretty on this one because there's not a lot of pink on here. That's pretty. So I think I'll do that. Okay, I left a little off the sides or the ends, top and bottom. I may trim it later, but right now I'm just leaving it. And let's see what we want to do with these 2. We'll save it for something else. And we've got a little piece of this left. So now I'm going to go looking for something to do to these 3 cards that have the pink on them but nothing else. And I will be back. I pulled out some flat flowers because you need flat on this kind of thing. I could do a little dimension but not too much with this bag. And I pulled out some white crochet flowers that I liked on there, but they were okay. They didn't do it for me. This didn't, and these didn't. But these, they are darker pink than the ribbon, so I think these will work just fine. And they add a little bit of something to it that's pretty. So I'm going to put those on there. And I need to know exactly where I want them. Bottom or top? Probably bottom there. I like that in the middle, and I like this one over here. Okay, we're done. We're set. I still haven't decided if I'm going to round the corners. If I do, I should have done it before I put the trim on, so probably won't. But let's test it out. While these dry, let's test out and see what the bag might look like a little bit. Let's put one down here and then put an alternate one down here. And one over here. That's going to be cute. It's going to be real cute. Now I need to decide if I'm going to put paper down on the bag behind the ATC. And I may go ahead and put a backing on the ATC that's a little bigger than 2.5 by 3.5, just so it has a border. And I might do a light border. So I might even use some more paper out of this paper pad. It's a lighter color. There's a paper in here I almost used for this, and this will be used for our junk your stuff tags. I almost used this one for the backing of the ATC, but I didn't really want to. I changed my mind. This might be good to give a border. And you won't see the flowers, you're just going to see the color. And I think that's what I want to do. So 2.5 by 3.5, if I made it 3 by 4, then I could trim it down however I wanted it to. Let's measure and see what size our space is. And it's going to be a rough measurement because I don't really care if it's exact. But if I do 3.5 by 4, let's see. 4 would be too big, so we'd have to trim it down. So it'd be 3 3/4 probably by 2 3/4. So just add 1/4 of an inch. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut these out 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I'm going to do it on my cutter off camera so that I don't take up more time, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've cut all my backings 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and now the ATC sits on top, and you can see just a fine border around the ATC. So I'm going to cover all these papers with my ATCs, and not the way I'm going to do it. I'm tired of using glue. I'm going to use my scrappy tape, and this is 1/2 inch. You can use any size you want. And I'm just going to put around the edges and maybe one slice in the middle, and just center my card on this backing. And then I'll take my distress ink, the walnut stain, and I'm going to go around the edges just to give this a little distress look. And then we will apply this into our book, and it's going to fit just fine into the sections that we have available. This we still don't know what we're going to do with yet, but the rest of it we've got an idea. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to do that off camera. I'm just going to tape the back and put it on top of my ATC backing. Okay, and make sure you put your print up if it's a print, because you want that to show. You don't want the white. Okay, so let me do that real quick, and I'll be back with you guys. This is going to take a few minutes. That's why I'm just not going to do it on camera. Okay, I wanted to show you real quick the last one. This is my backing, and I've got my sticky tape on the back, or scrappy tape on the back, and I just peel off, and I'm just going to layer it on top. And for those of you who are new, who don't know what scrappy tape is, I will show that to you in just a second. And now I have all my ATCs lined. Okay, now scrappy tape is just like score tape or red tape or just any double-sided tape. This is acid-free though, supposedly, so some double-sided tapes may not be. It doesn't matter to me whether it is or not, but this is just really a cheaper way to get double-sided tape. Sorry, it's making noise. I found this to be a little cheaper than score tape, and I find them to be just as equally good. So I like either one. It doesn't matter to me, but I get more tape for my money with scrappy tape. And you just go to scrappytape.com if you're interested in looking for this. And you can use any double-sided tape though that you want to use. So I'm at the point now where I'm going to do my distress ink, and I'll show you one real quick and then do the rest real quick off camera. And this is walnut stain, but I'm just going to go around the edges just like I have in the past. And this is just a dauber that fits on your finger. You can get anywhere, like a Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something like that, and it's usually with their inks and things, or order it online if you want it. But honestly, you don't have to have it. I just got a really good deal on this, and I thought it'd be nice to try, and I like using them. I like having it on my finger like this. You can use a makeup sponge. You can use a Q-tip if you have to. You can even just wipe it on your your pad. Sometimes it kind of messes up your pad, sometimes it doesn't. This is real soft paper, so it shouldn't, but you don't have to have this kind of tool to do this. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let me do these and then we'll come back and do the next step. Okay, now I want to decide where I want my ATCs placed, and I'm going to mark the bag so that I don't mess up, because I really want this particular one on the back on the outside, and this is the way I'm going to fold the bag. So as far as I'm concerned, this is going to be number 1, and I'm just going to put a 1 right there so I know that 1 and 1 go together right here. And then I'm going to open my bag. It's going to open this way, and I'm going to turn my bag over, and so that's 1. So this is a white trim, so I want a pink trim. So let's pick a pink trim that we can use, and we'll use this one. So we'll make this number 2 and this number 2. And then we need a white trim again, and we'll use this one. And this will be number 3, and that's 3. Okay, so I'm going to turn my bag over, and this is white, so we're going to go pink again, and the pink one we'll use is this one here. So this will be number 4, and then this will be 5 because it's white, and this will be 6, and this will be 6. Okay, so it's going to basically look like this, and this is not going to close all the way like it does now without these cards because it's too bulky. So I'm going to have to change my score line here to make it a little bit smaller, and this is going to show, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. Okay, so I think I am going to go ahead and put these down because I don't really want anything else underneath it. I was thinking about putting some ribbons and fibers and things on it, but I think it'd be too much. So we'll do that after these are down. If we're going to add anything, we'll do that later. So let's go ahead and just put these down. And the way I'm going to do that is the same thing I did with putting the backing on, is put some scrappy tape on the back of this and then adhere it here. And if I need a little extra help because the scrappy tape misses a place, I'll put a little glue, okay? And I'll do one with you on camera, and then I'll do the rest off camera so that we can get it done quicker, because I can go quicker off camera. I don't know why. Okay, so just peel off my scrappy tape. And it's not even matching end to end, you know, as far as here and here. This place is missing tape right here, so I may want to put a little glue there if I want it really sealed down, but I think I'd be okay. I think it really will hold up well this way without it, but I may put some glue anyway, just a couple places. We'll see. So this is number 1, and so we'll peel the tape back. Put a little bit of glue where we don't have tape, if you feel like you need to. And then we're going to center it on the number 1 section, 1 and 1, and set it down. Okay, oops, except it's upside down. Ah, did it wrong. Once you put that down, you can't get it back up. That glue, that sticky tape is good stuff. Let's hope, let's hope, let's hope. Come on, come on, come on. Yay! Okay, good, good, good. Whew, that was close. Almost messed it up. We need more glue. We need more glue. I should have paid attention to the way my bag is closing. Okay, it's gonna go like this. So my closure is gonna be over here. So I want number 1 to face this way. Okay, you got to pay attention to that stuff, and I forgot. So let's do that again. Okay, we'll just set it down and put it on. Okay, now we're good. It'll be okay. Okay, so then I'm just going to go through the rest and match up number 2 with number 2, 3, 3, until I'm covered, and then I'll be back. Okay, all of my cards are on. The one thing I did on the ragtag bag was I made sure and did my card in the center on the back last, because I put a ribbon underneath so that it would come out on each side and I could tie my book shut. I did not do that on this one. I don't know, I just didn't. And what I think I'm going to do though is bring in this doily that we have left over, and I'm going to bring this cut edge here to the edge of my book right there and trim it off the rest of the way, and I'm going to glue this down, and then I'm going to decorate this side just a little bit. We've already got some decoration here though. See, this is what's so perfect about this not meeting perfectly, is this here is already a little decor, so it's just kind of cute. So I might put this here and then maybe some flowers here, or some words or something like that. And then I probably am going to take some ribbon and put it underneath this here so that it can come around and tie. I haven't decided that yet. So I'm going to go for a second. I'm going to think, and I'm probably going to have to go for the day. It's probably time. Yeah, it's time. And we'll finish this later this weekend. And we're almost there though. We're almost done. I'm probably going to add some fibers on the side here because there's nothing on the side. Or I might put a title here. I don't know. I'm going to think on it. But I'm also going to put something in here, just a little something. So we have a little time to think about this. So I will see you guys back here in a snap. Hey, I'm back to finish the book, and it's only been a few seconds. Actually, it's been almost the entire 24 hours because it's late in the afternoon on Saturday. So, which is rare for me to be up here on Saturday. So let's get finished with this book because it's almost done. We're almost there. Everything's dry. I have taken out a few things that I think I want to use on the book to get started, so to save some time. And I have still on my table the flowers that I pulled out that I thought I would use on the inside just in case we need them for the front. I still have this little piece of trim left and this little piece of pink trim left. And I have these 2 scraps left over from my ATC's, the backings. The big piece is over there behind me. We don't need that. So I kept these over here. And then the other thing I did was I brought back my distress inks, my tea dye and my walnut stain. And I'm not sure which one I'll use, but I'll probably use one of those. And then I brought over, oh, we still have this piece to use. Then I brought over some fiber, which I may or may not use. I don't know yet. And then I have some ribbons here, brown and a pink. And I have some words. And I have these rub-ons, which I don't know if they'll work because they're really old. And they're so old, the back says Your Scrapbook Superstore. Anything I have that says Your Scrapbook Superstore is anywhere from 8 to 20 something years old because I think the last time I actually went there was about 8 years ago. So I think this is fairly old. But I really liked this, and I've been trying to go through my stash and use up different things. So I thought, well, I'll use something off of there. And because I'm using something off of here, I will leave it out, and the next time I do my Junk Your Stuff tags or something Junk Your Stuff-ish, I will use up the rest of these on something. So we'll make that a goal. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, for sure that I know, the rest of it I don't know, but this one I know, is I am going to take this doily, and on the front, I want to cover part of the bag with half of it. So I want to cut this the rest of the way down the middle, or middle-ish. Hopefully it's even enough. And I'm going to put it on the fold line, just on this side of it, so that it's not on the fold and have to fold and be bent. And I'm going to glue that down. And I'll probably do my tacky glue again. Save some time, just use my fingers and spread it around. Get these ends down. Takes a second for those to stick. Okay, and let's let that glue dry for a minute. Let's just test it and see. Yeah, I like that. And if you remember, the book doesn't close all the way over on top of this. And I knew it wouldn't because of the way the book was folded. But because of the way we laid this out, this is really pretty. And it looks like it belongs there. So it's going to be fine. On the inside, I was thinking of using this piece, finishing it up. Maybe put it like right here, like that. Or I could put it up here, like that. I don't know what's going to go in here yet, so you know what? Here's what we'll do. Where are those scraps? I told you I set aside. Here they are. We'll put these scraps down. Like this. Kind of in the center. Let's see if we like it in the center first. And then we'll put this in and see if we like it. There, or I kind of like it like that, but I don't know if I like the scraps there. Or like that. Maybe like that. Let's do that. Let's just go for it. Let's not think about it too much. Let's just do it. Can't get the cap off. It's gluing itself on there. Oh, before I put that on, I'm definitely going to go around with some, I think I want to use the walnut stain for these pieces of paper. Just going to distress them up a little bit. All right, now let's glue these down, and we were going to glue them. Is there a certain way that looks good that way? And we'll turn it around because there's more white at the top. Let's do it that way. Okay. So I'm just going to put glue in the center here, kind of where I think they're going to go. And then this, I might put a rub-on in here, so kind of want it there. Now this way. Let's go that way. Now I'll let this dry for a second, but in the meantime, we've got our book folding this way. And I'm going to put some words here for sure. We could go ahead and do that, I guess. I just don't know what words yet. So let's finish decorating first. I think I need to do that first. Maybe we should attach the ribbons. Let those be drying. Let's decide on this. I wonder if these will work. Sometimes when rub-ons get really old, they don't work very well. And of course, when you just start out doing stuff like this, you don't know that, so you think they'll last forever, so you want to hoard them forever. And really, the best thing to do is just use them, and the next time you want rub-ons, just go get something pretty that's out, that's current. Okay, do I want the heart or the rose? I think the rose is really pretty. The heart's really pretty. It's kind of big, but that's really pretty, that cherub looking thing. That I love. It says love on it, but I'd have to go this way. There's a lot of pink. That, you know, that would really set off. Let's just use that. Because I'm doing this on top of a doily too, which makes it a little more hard to do. So I may only get partial. I don't know. We'll see. Actually did pretty good. I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, let's close that up a little bit and see. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, now what else do we want to put on here? On the inside, what do we want on the inside? Do we want any more rub-ons? Maybe one of those little cherub things like that. Like that. The rose would be really pretty on there. Maybe we'll go with the rose. I want to tell you, there's another rub-on down here that's like a shelf with a little bit of a wall border right here, and I'm going to grab the wall border. I like it, so I'm going to grab it. You can use parts of your rub-ons. You don't have to use the rub-on as intended. You could just rub a little bit and yank it up and leave just parts of it and give it a real distressed look. And for some of this I may do that, like this frame here, I may just use parts of it on some of our tags when we go to do our tags and stuff. So let's see if we got it. Yeah, we got part of it. That's what I wanted. I wanted part of it. Okay. So, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little, maybe if I do it this way. There's a little shelf here. And there was a little piece sticking up the shelf as if it was like a wall border or something like that. Like a wall itself maybe. And I grabbed it and put it down here. Along with the rose. Okay. So I think we're done with the rub-ons. Unless there's something else I want to put on here. It's a little border. I think I like that. I'm going to put that on there. And I'll put it down at the bottom here. And when I'm pushing down with my finger, this finger, I'm trying to push down on the actual rub-on that I'm putting on my paper. I'm not pushing down on any other rub-on because that will cause it to possibly stick. Especially since the glue is still kind of not completely dry. It's a little tacky. Okay. And it's not real visible, but I can see it, and that's good enough for me. Right there. Okay, I think I'm through with these. I don't think I want to do anything else in here. Maybe, I don't know if I'll put a word or not, but let's finish the outside. It's going to close like this. Because I don't know what I want to put on here yet, I think I should put my ribbons on next so that I know where my ribbon's going to go. So then I can work around my ribbon. So that'll be the next step. And because I didn't leave this ATC off like I explained earlier in the video where I could put my ribbons behind it, I thought I would be doing my ribbon a different way, but I changed my mind, so I kind of wish I had left it off, but I still can work it out because I have an open space right here below this sticker and above the button that I can put my ribbons, and I think it'll be just fine. And I'm going to use pink and brown, but I need to know how much I need. So let's clip this together. And then let's find the beginning of our ribbon. Well, let's just do one. I know I need a bow. So let's say if we glue it back here and we come around the front. I don't want to wrap and wrap and wrap, so I just want to come around one time. And this is a practice bow tying ceremony, so you just have to blink your eyes real slow. You don't have to bow your head. Okay, so that's probably good. So what I'll do is I'll go with that, and then I'll give it a little extra just to make sure. You can always trim it. Okay, so then I'm going to grab my pink one and cut the same amount. Okay, now, thank you, clamp. I'll look over, and let's, do I want to lay them on top of each other, or do I want to lay them side by side? I think on top of each other. So we'll do the brown first, and I'm going to find the center. I'm just bringing my ends together, and there's my center right here. And I'm going to put glue across the area that I'm going to put the ribbon. And I'm going to put the center down kind of as close to the center as I can get it and lay that there. Okay, now I need to get that ribbon to absorb the glue so it can be drying. And then I'm just going to put a little bit more. and then put my pink ribbon on top of it. Okay, let's give that a minute to dry. I'll be right back. This has to dry a little bit more, but you know me, I'm impatient and I can't heat dry this because it'll melt the ribbon. So I have to wait. I also have decided on what I'm going to do on this little, the side of the book. I looked through these words here and little phrases, and I didn't find anything I really wanted. And so I have this one here. This is just one of those little, oh, it's a Scrapbook Superstore word too. This came from Scrapbook Superstore too. I know these are over 20 years old because I bought these a long time ago. I remember when I got them. But anyway, they're expressions, sticky little words, and they are by All My Memories. AMM. I don't know if they're still in business or if they changed their name. allmymemories.com. Anyway, I want to use the Capture the Moment. I don't know, it just appeals to me. So I'm going to stick that down here. And then I'm going to, actually I'm going to pull it up and put it up here in a space I can work in. And I'm going to take my little dauber tool and distress it just a little bit. And I'm using walnut stain because that's what's on the dauber already. I'm just going to go around the edges a little bit. And then let's put some glue down. I don't know if that's long enough, but we'll know soon. It may be too long. I may have got it just right. I got it just right, actually. Okay. So that's down. So now all we're waiting for is to be able to close the book and tie it so I can decorate the front. And maybe we can go ahead and do that. Let's hope these don't fall off. And if I'm going to do any more in here, I got to do that. But I'll decide that later. Okay. This is a bow tying ceremony, guys, but it's not the official one. So use your judgment. You can bow your head or put your hand over your heart. Whatever you want to do. But I do need to get it kind of where I want it, so I can judge where I want to decorate. Alright, so do I want flowers on here? Do I want a butterfly? Nope, I don't want a butterfly. Let's try the flowers out. Oh, here's some more ribbon. I forgot about that. Okay. I might put ribbon on here. That would be pretty. If I put it under like that. Top of the love. I think I'll do that. And then I could put a flower at the corner of love there. You know, I really don't want to decorate at the top. Do I want it at the bottom? Put it under love. Put a cluster of flowers. Let's see. Cluster there, maybe. I like that. If I use this pink ribbon, I don't really want to. I think we're just going to leave that out. Let's use these crochet flowers and see if we need any on there. Maybe one there. One there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There. There. I like that. Or we could put the pink ones down the ribbon and put the little white ones clustered up, or mix and match like that. I don't like the mix and match. I think I like the other way. These go down the ribbon and these in a cluster here. Okay, so let's put these clusters on first. We used up all these flowers, that's good. Still have more, we need to use it somewhere. Maybe we could make another row? Nah. Maybe on the inside? Maybe. We'll keep it out. And let's see. I think I'm going to put a word down here. Let's decide on the inside here. Stay on. Don't fall off. Let's decide if we want trim there or here or there. I want to use this up. Where can I put it? Nope, 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 nope. Oh, you know where we could put it? Right there. That wouldn't look bad, would it? Can't use the whole piece, but we could use a lot of it, and it'd be just like a mirror image of the one below. Oh, I like that. I think we'll do that. Okay, that looks good. It covers our ribbon, makes it look more finished, and mirrors the one below, so it looks like we planned it on purpose, and nobody has to know we didn't. And have a little bit here. I might tuck it up under the flowers here, like that. I think that's what I'll do. Just gonna slide it up underneath there, like just a little piece of trim just peeking out. Just for interest. It doesn't really have to mean anything. Okay, give me a moment. I will check the words and see if I want to put something here. I'll come back and share with you. Okay, here's what I decided. In this little area down here, I was going to put a word or something, but I decided I don't want a word there. And this says capture the moment, so I was looking at my stamps and I was thinking, what can I put on there that I would like? And I found the stamp here in my little, it's called Momenta, it's a Momenta.com product. I think this is a Hobby Lobby or Michael's purchase, I don't know, and that's all I can tell you. I like the hummingbird on here. I think capturing the moment of a hummingbird is like really an awesome thing. And it's so cool when they come up and they feed. And the other day I stood outside on my deck and I was just looking around and a hummingbird flew up right to my face as if, what are you doing here? Because I was right by his feeder. And so he was checking me out, but it was interesting. So anyway, they just sort of went together for me. And I took a piece of tissue paper. It's actually not tissue paper, it's pattern paper. That's not what I wanted. My bird's eye is covered up for some reason. There's something on him. That's the problem. Okay, we got to try this again. Let me get some more paper. See if I have a section. See, this is what I'm talking about. Pattern paper. And I'll just stamp him on here. Then rip him off. Okay, something had gotten on his eye area, so he didn't have an eye. It was just a plain hole. Alright, let me give this a little dry and then I'll come back. Alright, I decided that I wasn't going to do any more to the inside page here. I just signed my name down there and put the year. So the only thing left to decide now is if I want any fibers in my book. And the only way to decide that is to pretend that we're going to put some in. And I've got some here. Let's pretend that we're going to put this there. I think we do want a few fibers. Okay, so let's just cut what we have here. I don't think we want more than, we just want a little bit, so let's not cut more than that. Okay, we don't want it overwhelmed with fibers because then it'll be a hot mess. Okay, so let's put that there. And let's cut it off about right. There to start with and see if we like it. I think I do. Okay, let me show you the book first and then we'll close it and I'll show you the finished book. So here's the inside. Here's our inside flap cover. And then the fibers are in here, of course. And then each ATC has its own little home. This is the 3 here. And this is the 3 on the back. And then there's our front, our little hummingbird. So let's close it up and see what it looks like. Close, close, close. This is the real bow tying ceremony, so now we have to bow our heads. I don't because I'm tying, but you do. Bow your heads. Okay, and then let's see how much ribbon we want to leave out. Pull this a little bit, make it smaller. This is the most important part, the bow tying. Okay, y'all can look up now. So let's trim off the bottoms. Let's do that. I think I want them a little shorter. I don't think we want long ones on this. But you still need some, so when you tie it, it's easy to grab hold of. So that's good enough. Okay, there's our little book. Isn't that cute? Just as cute as can be. A little bag book. And there's the back with the little fibers. And the only reason I like the fibers is because, like here, I'm looking at it from the front. I see these little fibers sticking out. It just adds some interest. I just enjoy it. When you turn it over here, they're here. When you open it, you can see them inside the front. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this. I think that we're done. You can't see the bird very well, depending on how you tie your bow. You know, I could retie it and make it more visible and fuss with it and everything. And that's just, you know, depends on what you do when you're making yours. You know, I may go back and retie my bow again. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. And you can see part of the bird. But see, that's the thing. You can't see it really well, but you can see something's there, so you want to look. You want to see, what is that? You know, and then you're like, what's inside? What the heck is this anyway? You know? All right, I think that I'm done. So thank you for being here, and I appreciate all of you for your kind comments and for subscribing and all the things that you've done for me. I appreciate it. Let's look at it against white. And if I can zoom you closer, there we go. There we go. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I will see you guys again soon. Have a great whatever it is. Bye-bye.